The Packers beat the Rams and the Dolphins and are now 7-8 and have a slight chance to make the playoffs. Something that a month ago I would have told you would have been impossible. What is up, guys? We are possibly making the playoffs. We faced the Vikings, we faced the Lions. We are possibly making the playoffs, something that felt like impossible. In today's episode, we will be talking about the Rams game, the Dolphins game, and a look ahead to see if we can possibly make the NFL playoffs. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Cheesehead Thread Podcast. This is a podcast for all Packers fans, and welcome, everyone. I am currently in the home of the Green Bay Packers. I am live from Green Bay, Wisconsin. How are we all doing? Merry Christmas, happy holidays, a happy new year, and I'm hoping for a Packers playoff berth. What a couple weeks it has been. The Packers defeated the Rams and have just recently beat the Dolphins. A tough test, a team that could have ended our playoff chances, but the Packers came up clutch with 3 huge interceptions. Mercedes Lewis doing incredible things. Aaron Rodgers doing enough. And the Packers, now all they need to do is to defeat the Vikings and the Lions. And the Commanders need to lose once, or the Giants need to lose out. So a lot of things need to go our way. It was a perfect weekend last week. Literally every single team that we wanted, that needed to lose, lost, and we won. So right off the bat, incredible luck, something that never seemed likely, but hey, we're here for it. All right, so let's go talk about the Rams game. Packers won this game 24-12. Obviously needed to happen. I went to the Christmas Day game last year against the Browns, and pretty much the same. Baker Mayfield sucks in Lambeau Field. That's pretty much a fact. He goes 12 for 21, 111 yards, only a 5 average, touchdown, a pick, 67.8 rating, 16.6 QBR. Absolute terrible. This was a utter domination by the Packers defense. The Packers defense needed a game like this. Kind of been needing that statement game, and this is a statement game. Yes, the Rams are terrible. They don't have Cooper Kupp. They don't have Aaron Donald. They don't have Matthew Stafford in this game. But, this is still a team that we had to face in our schedule. This is a situation where we could have just said, hey, let's roll over. Jordan Love, you get the rest of the year. Now we have a chance to make it. Cam Akers, 12 carries, 65 yards. Kyron Williams, 2 for 7. Packers' run game was actually decent. 17 carries, 72 yards, 4 average, especially in a situation where it's below freezing. It's freaking cold. We know I'm experiencing it. Incredible run defense, especially from a team that is absolutely terrible on the run defense. Very impressed by the Packers defense on this. Receiving wise, best receiver was, Cam Akers, the running back. Averaged, 11.7 yards a catch. I mean, this is a perfect game for your defense. Only gives up 12 points. This is exactly what you want to see. And, Matt Gay went 2 for 2. Only one, I believe that means only one touchdown, if I remember correctly. Great job by the defense. The special teams is amazing. Keyshawn Nixon is by far the best return man we've had in years, literally years. And Rasul Douglas had an interception. He just loves picking off Baker Mayfield on Christmas Day, he just loves picking off Baker Mayfield. Aaron Rodgers, 22 for 30, 229 yards, 92.2 rating, 38.6 QBR. Had an interception that, another one of those examples of where it's like one day you think he's the MVP and the next day he's playing like a mid to low tier quarterback. That's just a situation where I guess it was a miscue, you could say, but, not what you want to see. Aaron Jones, 17 carries, 90 yards, 5 average. I think he went down with a little bit of an injury in this game, like either shin or something. Maybe it was the Dolphins game. Yeah, I mean, that's solid performance by Jones. Dillon, 11 for 36. Patrick Taylor, 4 for 15. Nice to see from him. And then Romeo Doubs, 5 for 55. Christian Watson, 4 for 46. The young studs coming in clutch. I love to see it. This is who we need. These are going to be our backbones for years to come. So really, really happy from them. Randall Cobb, 3 for 32. Mercedes Lewis, catching 14. Alan Lazard was named co-offensive player of the week, and he had 1 catch for 70 yards. This blocking is just so necessary. And Adrian Amos got a fumble recovery by Mayfield too. So this is just an all-around great game by the Packers. Quay Walker had a really good game, 5 tackles. Yeah, I mean this is what you want to see, and something that we've all wanted. This is a game that you need to beat your bad teams. You need to beat a bad team, and the Rams are a bad team. They're not very good this year, and it's something that we've not always done. I mean, there's always a game where it feels like, how the heck do you lose to that team? And that was our Lions game this year for sure. But really impressed with the squad in this game. Joe Buck was on the call, so. Never can be too sure with what commentary he's going to bring. But, yeah, I mean, really good game. Happy performance. And let's get to the game we all want to talk about, which is the Dolphins game. Packers came to this game 6-8. Need to win to have our playoff chances be higher than 1%. And right now they are, because the Packers won this game 26-20. For all Packers fans, that was another Christmas present to whatever Christmas presents you already got. Very impressed to see, what a game. We finally showed some fight. There's been this, culture of whenever we go down, it just feels like we're not going to win. We're going to go down. And we've not done that, in this game for sure. Miami Dolphins came in losing 3 games straight. They need to win this game to keep their playoff seeding, in a positive light for them. They're 8-7 now. Not looking great for them, and they're getting sanctioned by the NFL for how they're treating Tua. I mean, Tua is consistently playing in these games that he should not be. There was video evidence of him getting absolutely destroyed by Kingsley and Enagbare. Kingsley, you have been a phenomenal draft pick. Very impressed by you, especially for a 5th-round pick. But Tua lands on the back of his head again. And he's just let back in the game. And guess what? That might have been the reason why you've lost, because he threw 3 interceptions in the second half. Throws one to Jair Alexander. Throws one to Devondre Campbell, and throws one to Rasul Douglas. Rasul Douglas, phenomenal play. What a play by him. Absolutely baited Tua to throw to Tyreek Hill. Phenomenal read by him. Awesome job. What I just think is interesting is the fact, dude, if Tua is now having a concussion, he's now out against the Patriots, why is he playing against the Packers in the second half? Why isn't Skylar Thompson going in? I don't understand. Mike McDaniel, you're gonna get fired if you just let this happening. You just continue to let this happen. One definite negative though for the game is 310 passing yards allowed by the Packers. Jalen Waddle, 5 catches, 143 yards, 28.6 average. 28.6 yards a catch. Tyreek Hill, 25 yards a catch. I understand we're out with Eric Stokes. I understand we have, Rudy Ford and Darnell Savage and Keyshawn Nixon whenever he is healthy and playing. There's not been consistency, but we're giving up over 25 yards a catch to Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle, two players that, as Joe Barry, you should know could go off on you because they're two of the fastest wide receivers in the league, and they both torch you for over 100 yards? That just makes no sense to me. Raheem Mostert only, really killed us early on, but they just never went back to it. Pass. I mean, the last 3 possessions of your game, Miami, were interceptions. Sucks to suck. That's a fair analysis. I mean, what are you doing? You've completely abandoned the run game. I mean, the Packers' run defense, really good once again. 18 carries, 82 yards, 4.6 average total. That's solid run defense. Solid. 4.6 yards a carry. I mean, I'm very impressed with the run defense if you can go back-to-back weeks with only less than 85 yards. Phenomenal. Raheem Mostert. Fumble loss. Jerron Reed. Huge fumble recovery. That was a major fumble recovery by Jerron Reed. With a couple minutes left in the second quarter, you're down 17-10, and Reed gets that fumble recovery, and bam. You get a field goal. Mason Crosby, all-time Packers history, 256 games in a row. Mason Crosby, you are a stud. You're a stud. Maybe not in a row, but at least most games in Packers history, at least. 256. You're a stud, Crosby. I really hope that we can get you another one. Another Super Bowl before you go. Yeah, I mean, Keyshawn Nixon, though. We got to talk about Keyshawn Nixon. Holy crap, guys. That 93-yard kickoff return is by far the best special teams play that we've had in as far as in my entire existence. Guys, I'm 18 years old. 18 years old, and that's the best special teams play I have ever seen. That is disappointing, but also phenomenal. Sign this guy to a contract extension. In fact, why haven't we seen him get his contract extended already? I know you guys want me to talk about the special teams fake punt. Turns out that LaFleur and Bisaccia were supposed to tell Levitt that he was supposed to not do the fake punt, but that was never told to Levitt, and he did it. And the defensive line, the starting defensive line for Miami, stopped him, obviously. Carlos Watkins, happy to see you again, former Clemson alumni, Clemson fan down here. But Mason Crosby, 4 for 4. Huge field goals. Huge. Need all 4 of them. Jason Sanders misses a field goal. Packers go right down, score. Phenomenal. And Adrian Amos, he played well. Reed got a sack. Smith got a sack. Kingsley Enagbare wreaking havoc. I mean, this is what you want to see from your defense. And Tariq Carpenter is making plays on special teams. The 2022 draft class, I will admit, made a lot of plays in this game. Sean Ryan suspended or, just not playing. We would definitely be having a full conversation about the third-round picks because that is just, wow. I cannot believe how terrible Brian Gutekunst is at drafting third-round caliber players. He's the worst in the league at it, by far. But Quay Walker, Devontae Wyatt, Christian Watson, Romeo Doubs, Kingsley Enagbare, Tariq Carpenter. They're all just making plays out there. And for as much crap as we were giving Gutekunst about the draft early on, now look at him now. They all made great key plays. I mean, this is the best I've seen the special teams in years. Rich Bisaccia, thank you. Let's give a round of applause for Rich Bisaccia. I'm dead serious, guys. This is the best our special teams has looked in years. I don't know a better special teams than this. There's that famous story of how we lowballed the Saints special teams coordinator, and that was a serious mistake. Because look, we could have another Super Bowl by now if we just pay the people. And now we paid the guy, and bam, our special teams actually looks good. Who would have thought? I'm just saying. Justin Hollins, nice waiver claim. Phenomenal. Ennis Gaines making plays. This is the resiliency of this team. We're playing well when we have to. Let's talk about Aaron Rodgers now. 24 for 38, 238 yards, 6 average, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, 30.8 QBR, 78.6 rating. That interception was absolute BS because Allen Lazard was clearly pushed. I mean, that's just obvious DPI to me. Mike Pereira, I was like, oh, no, it's not good enough. Like, well, what are you seeing here? It's a full 2-hand extension on Lazard. Like, what are you looking at? I'm sorry, but you're wrong. A.J. Dillon and the run game, not very good. Aaron Jones on an obvious pitch count, did not do very much. 25 carries, 79 yards, 3.2 average. A.J. Dillon had a nice touchdown, though. He's a workhorse, man. Receiving wise, solid from everybody. I mean, Romeo Doubs 3 for 36, Watson 6 for 49, Lazard 5 for 61. Patrick Taylor had a huge third down conversion, 1 catch, 17 yards. Robert Tonyan, huge first down, 1 catch, 13. Randall Cobb had a catch. I mean, that's good for him, man. Deguara had a catch for 4 yards. I mean, whatever you can get production, we're taking it right now. And, it's been tough. It's been tough all year. Rodgers has had to, grow some relationships with all these players. And for Cobb, I know it's easy, but with the offensive line constantly changing, I mean, we have Josh Nijman going down with his shoulder injury. We have to have Royce Newman play right tackle. And Royce Newman looks nothing like a 4th-round pick. He looks like a 7th-round pick or a bust. David Bakhtiari, hopefully he's back. Christian Watson going down. Again, I mean, for as good as he is, he's kind of made of glass, which really stinks. We need Watson to find a way to avoid the injury bug, because without it, we don't want another great talent like this to just go be wasted by injuries. And Keyshawn Nixon going down with the groin. I mean, we signed Bill Melton. I hope he does well for us. If Nixon can't go, then it sounds like Melton will be the kick returner. I really hope he can do something for us. Dean Lowry goes down on the IR. We lose him. I mean, we lose Lowry, Nijman, Nixon, and Watson, and we somehow still win this game. We're resilient. This team is showing something that teams in the past have not. There's a lot of parallels to the Super Bowl team. Packers needed to win these last 2 games to make it in. Now we need a little bit of help from the Commanders. We need the Commanders to lose. We're Browns fans. Let's go Browns. That's not hyperbole. Browns, let's go. Win this game. Do us a solid. And we need the Giants to lose. We need them to lose. That's not hyperbole. This needs to happen. Let's go Colts. We're Colts fans. We're Colts fans and we're Browns fans this week. If the Giants win, then we know that they're in the playoffs and they're the 6th seed. If the Commanders win, that's okay, as long as we win. If we lose, we're out. So, what needs to happen for us right now? Well, we need players to get healthy. We need David Bakhtiari to play, because Zach Tom needs to play if Josh Nijman doesn't, and we cannot have Royce Newman be the reason why we don't make the playoffs. We need Christian Watson to get healthy. We need Keyshawn Nixon to be healthy. We need Darnell Savage to play well. We need all these things to happen. And if they don't happen, then it's looking more and more like we need to do whatever we possibly can. Peter Bukowski brought up a good point that the Vikings are pretty much fraudulent. I'd have to agree. They are 11-0 in close games, which close games are by 1 possession. So it's actually crazy how shocking it is that they are the best close game winning team in NFL history. They've won 11 times with games being decided by 1 possession or less. That is that's as crazy as Luka Doncic scoring 60, 21, and 10 last night. And guess what? They're the only team with winning a game by when they were losing by 9 points or less in the last 20 years with 35 seconds left. Now it's 1 in 13,884. That's like the scale that the Vikings are what they're doing. It's actually insane. They are not a good defense. They are not a good offense. They're pretty much frauds on paper. So, and according to the paper, the Packers are better than the Vikings. Vikings need to win this. The Vikings need to lose this game. The Packers, you have to dig deep, do whatever you possibly can so that it's decided to. All we need to do now is focus on the Lions, right? So let's beat this Vikings. Let's have the Commanders lose. It's okay if they win because the Commanders can lose next week because they have the tie. That tie is going to be very, very important. If we can somehow find a way to win these next 2 games, finish the season 9-8, the Commanders can't make it in because they'd be 8-1, I guess. So, no, we need them to lose a game. So, it's going to be close, guys. It's going to be close. We need a lot of things to go our way still. I'm very proud of this team. For as much as we were talking, like I was talking about it last episode or the episode before. Should we be talking about Jordan Love starting? Should we be talking about trying to kind of tank for a top 15 pick? Now I'm hoping for a playoff push. Let's be like the 2010 Packers. 2010 Packers were not a very good team. They, were struggling throughout the year. They get 2 key wins. The Deshaun Jackson punt return happens, and bam, they win 4 games later, and they're Super Bowl champions. So I know that that's a lot that needs to happen. I know that it seems very unlikely, but just the fact that they made it to this point, and I really hope that we can do this. So I'm hoping for a huge victory this week. All right, guys, that's it for this episode. Thank you so much for listening again. I hope you guys have a great holiday, hope you had a great Merry Christmas. Hope you have a great New Year. Just hoping for a big win on Sunday and hoping for a playoff run. Will it be like the Super Bowl? Who knows? But Super Bowl season feels like it, but just hoping for a huge win on Sunday. So thank you guys. Go Pack, go. Vikings suck, and let's whoop their butts. Thank you guys. See ya.